known Sanwo-Olu now for 3 years ago. So if you minus that from our age, it's next to nothing. And we clicked from the first day.
I met Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu in 2002, September to be precise. Then I was an ET, and I just got into First Atlantic Bank. He was a DGM then, in charge of investment banking.
My relationship with Jide is straightforward. He's my cousin.
A pàdé ní 1999 ní Comment Marshall Bank ní Victoria Island. Wọ́n gbà mí as a driver, kì í ṣe àwọn náà gbà mí o, bank ló gbà mí as a driver. Èmi bá wọn bẹ̀ ni, àwọn náà head the treasury, náà jẹ́ ọ̀gá fún treasury nígbà yẹn. So tán bá ti fẹ́ jáde as a bank driver, so wọ́n máa attach mi mọ́ wọn.
I met Jide exactly 21 years ago when he joined my bank, newly acquired Commercial Bank, as a treasurer. We're looking for the best in the industry to assist the bank to grow, and that's how I spotted him.
Oga Jide was a very fantastic boss. It was a boss that you could go to, tell about anything, whatever your problem was, you could actually explain to him and he would give you a solution.
He is a giver.
One thing that anybody that knows Jide and knows him well would tell you is that he's a giver. Somebody that goes out of his way to give to the people that he loves and even people that he does not know.
On my birthday, and I can't remember what was the second thing. I just walked into what, I just found out who needed help, and I was just rendering helps to them. That's who I am. That's what I've been doing, in the last 5-6 years or so.
One thing I think stands him out is extremely generous. I made a book 5 years ago. It's a pictorial book on Yoruba proverbs, and I use people's pictures in it. And in his own, the Yoruba proverb is Okelowa Funingbe, which literally translates that the hand of the giver is on top. He's a very generous guy, team player, and workaholic. When there is work to do, there is work to do.
I put Jide Sanwo-Olu in charge of treasury of a young bank, and I put the onus on him to ensure. So he worked under serious pressure. I remember many instances that I would stay in the bank with him till midnight. We were looking for money, searching the market everywhere. Or we had transactions, sensitive transactions. And you have to put somebody you trust, somebody who has integrity, rock solid integrity and character in that position. Otherwise, the bank will be ruined. And he performed wonderfully well.
Tí ọ̀gá ti ṣe fún mi, ó pọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi. Ìkíní ni mọ́kà tí mo sọ yẹn. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, mo fẹ́ gbalé, mo wá bọ́gà mi. Owó dẹ̀ níyì ń gbà ẹ̀. Wọ́n fún mi ní 350,000 pé kí n fi kún owó lé mi. Inú mi ṣó dùn. So nǹkan oríṣiríṣi míì tí mi rántí ní nǹkan dáadáa. Tí bá ifun mo ṣe fún wọn, mi ṣe fún wọn, tí bá lọ sílé wọn, mo máa ń bá ìdùnnú kúrò ńbẹ̀ ni àwọn pẹ̀lú ìyàwó wọn torí wọ́n máa ṣe mí láàánú. Wọ́n já láàánú èèyàn kan.
Interestingly, he was my best man when I got married. He's always been there for me.
He's from a middle-class family. I'm from a lower-class family, I live in a Dioro, Mushin. We live in a one-room apartment, and 11 of us in a room. We don't have a sitting room. Jide will come from Surulere. He doesn't see whether you are rich, you are poor. Every year, for the past few years now, on Christmas Day, he has an NGO that he runs, just giving back to the community. That's Jide for you.
And Jide was right beside me when we were working on revenue mobilization. Our revenue jumped from 600 million to close to 8 billion within 4-year period.
It won't be your normal, say, oh, political head. He is a servant. Even as it is now, if you see the way he interacts, people are wondering, is he going to continue the way he's doing now? I can tell you gladly, that's him.
But you know me, I'm a great avocado as well.
When I first heard, that he was running to be governor of Lagos State, it's a mixed emotions for me. At first I was afraid. My brother is stepping into very dangerous territory. But at the same time, I said, wow, why not? If we really want Lagos to be what we all aspire, what we want to be a great city, then why not him? He has all the qualities that will make a great leader, a great governor of the state.
Ìgbà tí tó ti di pé èmi pẹ̀lú wọn bára wa ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́, mo sá sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé ọlá àwa wọn mo máa ń lọ sílé wọn. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ ṣèṣe pé bóyá mi bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́, wọ́n ń ṣe dáadáa sí mi.
It gives me some kind of inner peace and joy that at this point in time of Lagos State history, we are having someone who is not looking at, oh, what is the need for me?
Interestingly, Jide has been part of 4 governorship elections at a very high level: 2003, 2007, 2011, and 2015. He's very well exposed politically. He's been part of every government in Lagos. He's just the right person for this job. He's a very silent achiever. It doesn't make too much noise. That's why when his name came out, people were asking, who is Jide Sanwo-Olu? We had to start explaining to them that this man has been at the helms of affairs for this long.
I think that Lagos has a good deal, from the experience that he has garnered. Because he's a giver, he's going to give himself also.
As a small bank, you needed liquidity. You go into the money market to ask for placement by other banks. Many of those banks at that time will have some of their treasurer will insist that we give them bribe before they give us money. Jide and I knew, because of how we came up in the banking industry, that is a no-go area. We did not give bribe, we rejected it, even despite the fact that we needed the money. We were able to maneuver ourselves and still able to fund the bank successfully and effectively. And that's an hallmark of a true professional.
He's not stopping at just what he thinks. He's asking a lot of questions.
Government jẹ́ pé nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ àgbọ́dọ̀ fi.
He's asked some of us to ask our friends, what does Lagos need? He's done surveys to find out what are the needs of Lagos.
I remembered once in the office, you have all these new graduates from university coming to work, and there were some guys that work in his department. Maybe he had noticed that their shirts were not sparkling, they were not up to the standard he was expecting them. I was shocked one day. Babajide called them and said they should come to his house over the weekend, and you won't believe what he did. They were the ones that came back to the office to tell me. He actually took them to his house over the weekend, opened his wardrobe, and told them to pick anything, shirts, suits, shoes they wanted from his wardrobe. These were younger staffs compared to a DGM in a bank. If you work in a bank, you understand what I mean. That is Babajide for you.
Ntọ́gà máa ń ṣe tó máa ń pa mí lẹ́rìn. A lè wà nínú mọ́tò. Kó yẹ pé àbí wọ́n fẹ́ máa kánjú lọ síbì kan. Kí àwọn mọ̀ lọ́kàn rẹ̀ kó máa rọra rìn. Ọ̀gá lè pé ká máa mú fún jáde. Àwa ò ní nǹkan kan, màá kàn rẹ́rìn ni pé ọ̀gá ọlọ́mọ jẹ́ ká ní accident. Mọ̀rún nǹkan tí mo face mò ń wó lọ́kàn tí mo fi slow down. Bẹ̀tẹ̀ wọ́n máa rẹ́rìn. Àjọ para wa lẹ́rìn. Ó dẹ̀ ti tán síbẹ̀.
Recall maybe about 2 years ago, I was the chairman of my harvest committee in my church, and I invited him over, and I said, "Look, just come, help me," and he surprised me. He presented me as somebody who has someone around him. Yorùbá ní pé ènìyàn òun láṣọ mi.
There is no Muslim festival, Ileya festival, that I will not buy a ram for my mom. And he will tell her, no, we are not the only children now. He too is a child.
He started up some startup company, then Dali Plumber, I think it was called. It's like the apps of these days that are, being developed. It was something that was really intriguing.
After I left the bank, there was a time I was due for promotion. Everybody felt I deserved that promotion, and that promotion didn't come. People called me to congratulate me, only to find out that my name was not on the list. I remember parking away from the road and crying. He had heard comments that I had been doing well, so he was shocked that I wasn't promoted. But when he was going to call me, he gave it to me the way it was. He said, "Mary, I've called people and I was shocked." They said, "You do not mix well with your colleagues." That at that level is not just about the way you work. You need to go and you need to socialize and mingle with people. It will send a different signal to management.
One thing the people of Lagos will want to know is the other side of Jide, and I think one of them is that when we were in school, he used to be a DJ. It was fun to be with. He never really drank like most of, in fact, hardly.
A lot of people do not know this about him. I used to be a DJ, and of course, I infected him with, with the music thing. And actually, he met his wife while he was in his DJ beat. He's going to be the best governor ever in the state since 1968. And not just that alone. We all pray to have our children, for our children to be better than us.
Orí tá ń ṣe ká má yè, ká má pa orí yẹn tì, ká túbọ̀ máa ṣe irú yẹn. Ọlọ́run ọba ló máa ń dájọ́ fún ẹ̀dá. Ẹni tó bá ṣe burúkú, á rí burúkú. Ẹni tó bá ṣe ire, á rí ire. Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè á ṣe eléyìí tán fẹ́ ṣe. Wọ́n á ṣe, wọ́n á dẹ̀ rí ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo yẹn ló ń ròyìn wọn sí ire. Lẹ́yìn eléyìí, president lèmi tó fẹ́ kàn jẹ. Allah He
has always been a performer. Lagos State, I'm sure this will be our best 4 years. Take my words to the bank and deposit it there. After his first 4 years, I'm sure Lagosians will come back to say we want more. Babajide Sanwo-Olu won't disappoint us.
I was going through an old album of the campaign and I saw him standing right behind me. So we were campaigning in 2003. So, this kind of incident, when it comes to light now, you wonder, destiny plays a role in this. He's been positioned for this day. He has had the opportunity to prepare himself for this day. And here we are today. It's going to be a lot easier for him.
Be yourself. All the things we've been talking about, this is the time to act it. We need to lay a foundation for generations coming behind. What are we going to say for our children, to our grandchildren? Do all you can. Murtala Muhammad ruled this country for 6 months. The largest and the busiest airport in the country was named after him, not because he was killed, because of what he achieved in 6 months. It's not how long, and that is the problem we're having in the country today. It's not how long you rule or you govern that will make the difference. You can be there in 1 week and there will be fundamental change. And that is my own personal advice. Do all you can.
You convince the voters of Lagos State that you have what it takes to lead Lagos over the next 4 years to the next level. Thank you very much.
Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu has been in government since 2002. I left my bank as a general manager in 2002 as head of investment banking, and I was opportune to be the special advisor on corporate matters. That was the first time any government will have any engagement with the private sector. I was a three-time commissioner, commissioner for commerce and commissioner for economic planning and budget, commissioner for commerce and industry, commissioner for establishment, training, and pension. I was the first person that set up what we see today as the Lekki Free Trade Zone. I was the first person that set up the Security Trust Fund. I was the first person that set up the first pension board in this country. I was the first person that brought the PRT to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I was the first person that set up the 767-112 Control and Command Center. I left on, I moved back to the private sector as a consultant in privatization. I came back to government as the managing director of the foremost property company, LSDPC. I set up 14 PPPs for LSDPC. For 2 years, I did not take a kobo from the treasury of government. I created businesses that have never been seen in that organization before. And I'm not lying, of not only the Lagos Business School, the London Business School, and the Kennedy School of Government. These are some of the very first I bring to the table.